Grind.
So, do you have the ability to end polymorph early?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so
I'll drop it.
Or we can just hit
Once
it.
we're settled. No, you kick it and then it'll be angry.
One thing that I asked,
Because it's not angry already.
I think they might have been crafted fairly recently, since what we're wearing seems to be reflected in them.
is that accurate? Does it have?
Not the stuff you just came back to town with.
Okay, so it would have been done beforehand. So
We got
his staff looks
stalkers.
different, or is he not having a staff?
He probably doesn't have them because I don't think he has them.
I would just travel with like an ornate staff, but
It,
yeah,
it
right.
shows me without the robes over top of the armor, just in the armor.
Right.
So that means whoever is behind this
keeps up on us.
has got tabs on us.
They watch the
I'm-
Nerdaki
I'm-
YouTube channel.
I'm wondering, like, are we now on a mission? Down into Outcast, just to get set up by
To be
these,
assassinated.
right? Or targeted in some
I
way.
think we're all thinking, did Danak do this?
I'm just wondering if there's one.
Wait. There was that cask. If say perhaps
got it right here.
we didn't look into it, we can make sure that the bars of platinum are in there, just to make sure that he's honoring his end. Maybe that's the payment, but we can at least.
Did you say how many?
He said there was 7 bars, right?
No, he didn't say.
He said there were bars of platinum.
I thought he put a value of them on it.
Nope,
No,
never
he
said.
said it was bars of platinum, and this was the payment.
Well, can
Think
we at least
maybe-
confirm that we're at least
It was a
carrying?
fake payment and he hired to kill us to cover it up.
We're let's make sure that it's at least platinum. Maybe it's just bricks.
This dude does not love us, right?
He didn't love Tom, and we were associates of Tom.
Damn you, Tom!
So is the chest locked?
It is.
Can you check for it to be
I-
arcane locked?
I hysterically giggle.
Detect magic.
Yes.
It's warded, isn't it?
A simple knock spell will open it.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, do that.
But then,
have
but
a
then
simple
whoever
knock
gets it
spell?
will know that it's been opened.
Yeah.
Because I certainly am a wizard. I mean, I know I've got some magical tricks up my sleeve that are not clerical, but
Yeah, if we open it and it's not, and it is what he says it is, then
There would be egg on our faces.
guys, we're fucked either way.
Although we did have reason to be suspicious.
Subsidious. Obsidian.
Well, wait a minute. I mean,
We
why
do
would
have reason to be obsidian.
We've obvious reason to be obsidian.
I mean, what
so-
could it be that he would send it along with somebody who he was trying to get killed? Would it be payment for the assassin?
Or
No,
it could be bricks. It
could be a lie.
It could not be.
Oh, you want to find out
out?
if it's just bullshit?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
fake
right.
payment and the cover was us being killed.
I do have a quiver full of spyglasses
Well, that'll be very valuable.
and a bag of 20
well,
caltrops.
spyglasses are 1,000 gold apiece.
Could certain goblins perhaps make this lock open?
I don't recommend we do that.
Yeah, I mean, I have thieves' tools. Does that work against magical?
No.
Sometimes.
The,
I've heard.
the,
Those are the particularly
Ryan's
good.
like, wink, wink, let her open.
the images on the statues.
Those that are particularly good
Can I
at
figure
their
out
craft.
by looking like when they would have had to seen us? Like what?
You would say not within the past 2 weeks, but within the last 60 days.
All right, so whoever planned this at least 60 days ago, or a couple months ago.
A month or two ago.
Do they all have the
Within that
bearing
range.
Well, that's to say,
as if they were made by the same craftsman? Like, by, like,
Is
style.
there a mark?
There's not a maker's mark, but the style does seem the same.
The guy making statues for assassination didn't put his name on
Well,
it?
not necessarily. Here's the thing I'm going with. They made 6 statue likenesses in a very short order of time, very recent. So they either had to have magical means to do it,
Yeah, I was
really
gonna
friggin'
say-
quick at crafting.
If somebody were to make something like this, couldn't they just use a magical spell to...
Certain spells.
I was certain it was divination since that was used for the amulet to find
Well,
us.
are they in them in themselves magical?
But my thought was, when did they
Statues?
plan
No.
this? Because that might tell us who did it.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so look at 2 months ago.
There's no magic about it.
But for
There's
divination purposes, isn't it? Well, maybe don't they need a likeness of us to be?
They
able
do
to
appear
do
very
this?
valuable, though.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, they're very valuable. They're statues of a bunch of fucking amazing heroes.
They're action
And
figures
Todd.
of goat powers having.
And Todd.
Right. And, it's amazing, and your amazing friend.
Todd said his is made out of soap with glass eyes.
Yeah.
And that they just included him in there to make him feel better.
Yep.
The others are made of obsidian. This is made of soap covered in dirt.
It's actually carved from a potato.
Glass eyes.
I said he's got glass beads for eyes because he's got no soul.
We love you,
So-
Todd. That's it.
What skill would it take to drive a cart? Like what would one
Land
need?
vehicles.
Land vehicles. So is anybody
Doesn't he have
adept-
that? Don't you have
He's
werewolf
not a
vehicles?
soldier. He's an entertainer.
2 months ago.
I took a bunch of skills in regards to my rigor
Todd, can't you?
levels. Is that-
You can drive it.
Your what level?
my rigor levels that I
Why don't you drive this?
well set up to be a decker. Land vehicles. Who's got land vehicles?
This guy does.
This motherfucker.
Is that where all of his characters' abilities are being sunk in?
Oh yeah, I have like a
If
25.
he ever gets a
and drive
hold of a
chariot for no
Mustang,
reason.
Todd's gonna destroy this game.
Yeah, I have a 25 and drive chariot for no reason.
Drive chariot.
With a +4 if you can go
Yeah.
insubstantial.
Exactly. And
During
it's plus
the
10
ride.
through rock.
Alright, so
So I was saying, like, where were we at? What were we actually doing 2 months ago?
That is a very good question.
All right, get back to me on that one.
That is like somewhere. So that was before your maneuvers, and it was probably like around the time just before you guys went to explore the Dragonborn ruins.
Wasn't it when we fought that dragon, Anthony?
It's in between
We're
fighting the
talking about
dragon
it.
and the dragon ruins.
Okay. So, did we make any enemies by opening the portal and?
I bet it's all those piranhas.
the rainbow clippers that are now dead.
They hired an assassin.
No, it says it's in between the time frame when we fought the dragon for the Clockwork
One got
King
away.
and left for the Dragonborn ruins. So it was before you fought the piranhas, which Todd and I had nothing to do with. That's all on you guys.
We're innocent.
That's why Todd's statue is made of soap.
But mine looks amazing.
Hashtag truth.
I think it was the rat ball team that we beat. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say it's the kobolds, but the idea of the kobolds summoning this guy and being like, "Do our bidding," like this guy would be like, "Fuck you,"
So
and you're
we're
all dead now.
going to re-release the bullet. and
So
some
can you
attempts-
attune to the cart and perhaps drive it?
I don't know.
I think
Does-
you
does that
have
require
Wagoneer,
Yes.
Wagoneer written all over you.
That's up to Dave whether it's
What
in
if
front
it
of my
was the
soldier
goats?
bits.
You look like a
Nothing
common
specific.
tradesman.
What if it was your girlfriend? Have you been going around on behind your
Oh shit!
orc girlfriend's back?
Oh shit! Was that Elarana? Did she find out?
And there's nothing, no other
Yeah, that's why she put
identifiers
our-
on
everybody
this
else's things in
Umber
there,
Hulk, right?
No, he's just got that.
Does my statue have a really big
Ambulance.
dick?
Yeah, but you don't want to.
And it's not somebody I know.
Your statue has a butt for a face. Does
Oh no!
that mean anything to you?
So, you know, you can attune to the chariot, and you have land vehicles, so you do know how to
Alright, well,
control it.
if he's going to tune, that means we have to take a short rest. So, I'm going to get some hit dice back.
Could you sing him a song during the show?
Sure.
Sing a song. Sing it for real.
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ham bone the whole thing.
I was gonna hand bone the whole thing.
No one,
Ted,
no one
get
gets
your
extra
body
healing because of
back.
ham boning.
Nope.
Did you not roll well?
No, I've rolled two ones. There we go. So I spent
Oh,
three.
that's the stuff.
So, how you guys doing this thing with the chariot?
So he's gonna attune to it. We're gonna have the
I
slug
lashed the
like
whip
lash
thing
to
around
it,
all their necks.
and then eventually I'm gonna all of us being behind the chariot
except
and the
him, he
boulet,
gets to pull it.
all of us being behind the chariot and the boulet, I'm gonna drop my polymorph and he's gonna be driving.
Okay.
Should we still scout ahead? I don't know why I'm messing the dungeon master. Should we still scout ahead?
Yeah, you
Well,
can't trust him.
how about we figure?
Like is the DM.
Wait,
How about we
we
figure
cannot
out-
scout ahead because this thing's gonna be going through walls and stuff.
And he's gonna drive over you.
How about we figure out what the belay does before we plan where the goblins and spiders
First,
are
we'll
gonna
figure
go?
that out. Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking because can it? I mean, if it goes over shattered glass, or like, I don't know.
Well, again, before we figure that out, what does the belay do?
Yeah, we'll see how it
when-
reacts.
Make a handle animal check.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna go well.
This is your good one, right?
No.
Totally your good one.
It's put your
Use the
proficiency. and
fucking
wisdom.
tray.
Use
do
this
have-
goddamn
I have
trade.
2.
Well, you get your proficiency
Todd,
bonus.
so help me God.
Well, it's a 7.
It's fine. It's fine. Take it out
I'm
now.
gonna put it here
No,
and make the sound
get
for
out.
you.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
That's perfect. Now get it out.
So
That's
that's
a 9.
plus your proficiency.
That is
That
what
is with
the
this plus.
Oh, you don't have it. You don't have wisdom.
no wisdom, and I only have 2 for the jack of all trades thing.
No, you're proficient.
So +5.
You get land. Right,
Is that what I got?
don't you get land vehicles as
Part of
soldier?
the-
Soldier.
So it's Devour. I don't know. I don't think it listed land vehicles. It was like martial weapons.
As a soldier, you get land vehicles as a tool. As a
Okay.
tool,
Yeah.
Then I'll be
so it'll be 4 on
13.
top of that.
13.
So I'm gonna kind of, with chaotic manipulation, give him +9 to that.
Whoa!
So it bucks against you a little bit and starts snapping around, and
A glow breeze in from like the Feywild that soothes the beast.
that seems to be enough to calm it, and starts snorting, and it seems very interested in those pack anthers.
Keep him the hell away from those. We'll tie that to the back of the chariot.
What does it? What does
Just
it
eat the
do
other
if we
bullet.
kind of push the Umberhawk towards it?
Does it eat it? Is
Oh
it
yeah, it would definitely eat the Umberhawk.
it's like a Timberhawk.
if we push it, how big is that thing?
It's like 4 foot wide. It's like a large creature.
I just picture us like rolling it over.
Sorry, when I say push it, I mean he drags it over to it.
Throws it.
Like I'd have a hard time moving its arm.
Ted, give me a DC 20 knowledge history check.
Damn.
6.
Can I also make one or no?
You can, but it's DC 25.
I got it.
Nope.
You know the plates from the Bullet. You remember reading something about the Dwarven Citadel of Stoneholm, where they take them and they actually make it into something called shark steel. And you think the thing that really makes you remember that story you read is, within the last couple months, you think you saw someone walking through town with a pike made of, was it a pike or a glaive, but made of shark steel.
Shall I get cutting?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, I'm also
Dead
trained in
Bullet?
history.
I'm going to try to.
And you're from somewhere else.
That's true. So
the dead
there's,
bullet,
like,
I'm
no
going
point
to
having it.
try to carve off as much of the shark steel as I can.
Okay.
What you get?
So, but that should have been something that happened during the short rest. I mean, he wasn't really doing anything anyway. So
No,
it's
yeah,
better
that's
time
fine.
use. Time usage. Time is of the essence.
Shall we get moving with our new ride?
And you might want to make some steaks out of it for because you're going to have to feed the one you have something.
And it can either the belay, that's fine.
I was eating Umberhawk.
So,
I'd rather be eating belay than grubs and rats. So
how much do I?
yeah.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah,
That's how you get a good fortitude like us.
Just put down plates from the bullet.
Alright.
To put some hair on your man titties over there. Eh?
How much goblin
Oh,
do you
the
know?
body shaming.
I haven't gotten any more goblin. I still got the green streak of hair, the slightly pointed.
Yeah, you're partly
pointed
goblin. You
ears.
probably like the taste of what we make.
Yeah.
You
fuck
probably
off.
can't help
You
yourself.
like it
You love
better now, anyway.
It's your secret desire. You're ashamed of it, but you can't help yourself.
and the golden eyes. That's the very telling part.
Before we go to bed, we jam a bunch of good berries in your mouth
So-
every night.
So the thing is, you can just guide it down the tunnel like you've been going.
All right.
You can take it through the walls if you wish. You can all actually ride on it. The problem would be like you guys that had
Can't see.
mounts, being able to see.
Yeah, I can't really see through the wall.
I have a mount. So.
The pack animals, the
assume-
spider.
Well, we could tie the mounts to the back of the chariot.
No, no.
as
What
long
I'm
as we
saying
don't
is
go
you
through
can't go through the wall.
You can't go through the wall. Although I think I'll probably ride on the mount just to not have everyone be like. You guys can do the scouting ahead thing if you're still cool with doing that.
Do you want us to? That's what. That was
Yeah,
my
I think it
question.
still makes good sense to do. So you guys can be like
60 feet ahead.
sure.
Hey, here's a question.
10, 20, 30, 40,
happens when-
50, 60.
Whatever, just
The
as long
next
as we're out of the
party
light.
attacks and kills our belay.
No. How could Nicole take this belay as her new beast companion?
First of all,
I'm gonna give up.
like Rip Nugget.
Yo, Rip Nugget's like a hair's half. He's like a missed hit away from dying in every single fight. So, a big old super dog that could
We can take his legs off and glue it to the
Rip
belay.
Nugget, Rip Nugget is an animal and therefore qualifies. I believe a belay is a monstrosity and therefore does not qualify.
Rip Nugget's a monster.
It's a beast.
He's a
He's
beast.
a beast, yeah.
Oh.
An
It's in
animal.
the monster manual.
Yeah, yes. All the monsters are in the
So are
monster
elves.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know about them, right?
manual. Goblins are in the monster manual.
Nah.
But
And your party.
You have to. Yeah, you can only bond with a beast. I believe a belay is a monstrosity.
Okay.
Therefore,
I've never heard of monstrosity. It sounds like some made up bullshit.
It is some made up 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons bullshit.
Yeah.
So you guys go through another week of travel, skirting hazards. You're able to scare off some monsters. There's one section though that you kind of like wigs you out and is kind of creepy because you keep hearing this scraping sound, and it almost reminds you of like nails on a chalkboard.
What's a chalkboard?
They
she,
might
she
have
didn't go and get no
nails
learning.
back in these this time.
Yo, my intelligence is on that.
Or here, better yet, perhaps the sound. It's kind of reminiscent of the sound of someone scraping a whetstone across the longest sword you would have ever seen.
Okay.
And and the sound's kind of like it's really weird underground. They reverberate throughout the tunnels.
Reverberate.
That too.
Reverbate.
You know,
It's like
reprobate.
it's like
Echo.
it's like masturbating when you're in reverie. Like that's what elves do all the time. Little known fact.
Hey, don't pick on the retarded kid.
Huh? So it's
Anyway,
reverbate.
So that goes on for a while, but nothing actually turns up or surfaces. For a while, it seems like it's following you.
Okay.
one more
Ranger
thing to-
archetypes. See Ranger archetypes. Yes, thank you, Index.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
So one more thing to add to the journal of questions. What has that kind of scrapey sound on it?
It's not coming from us, is it?
No, it is not coming from you guys.
It's not coming from the
It was
chariot.
Bloodfang.
Well, I know it's a
I
couple of
left the
amulet or
burn-
something.
sorry, I left the
you know what I mean?
emergency brake on, guys.
Maybe like the divination amulet goes both ways, and that's somebody checking in, you know?
The tunnel finally opens up before you, but before that happens, you begin
It's somebody
to hear,
calling us.
You begin to
We don't
hear
have any
actually the surf, waves crashing on a beach, and you begin to smell a brine smell odor in the air. And one of the things that you remember Danak telling you is stay out of this area. You pointed out on the map because that's where the Fomorians are, and they're very cranky,
Yeah.
even more so than the duergar, and they will squish you.
Are we there now? Is that where we are now?
Yeah, in the distance you can see the city of Outcast before you, and it is a giant stalagmite jutting out of an ocean into the air. You see lights and sparkle and twinkle around it,
It's a giant cranky city.
and you can see where it's been built out from the stalagmite. There's docks, jetties, and wharfs that have been built off it into the water. You see ships docked.
So it's a mite from the ground, not a tight from up on top of the ceiling.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, mite. Right.
Might like mice.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I know the
there's
difference.
even
I
a
wasn't
wall
sure.
that's been built around on the outer edge of the stalagmite, and there is one bridge going in to the city.
It's very.
I'm
Cheers
going.
face.
I'm going to be looking for anyone that is going to
looking at us very suspiciously or too much.
Yeah.
Their gaze lingering on us too long.
Aren't we really weird here at being surface races?
Yes. Well, sort of, except for this is a fairly neutral.
Of all the places in the beneath, this is where there's going to be a collection of everything.
My question is,
7.
are there parking lots where we can park our chariots?
7 does not answer that question, so I don't know.
There's 7 parking lots.
Well,
That's
so
how much money it's going to cost per night.
the bridge going into the city, there's actually towers and a guard station on this side, outside of the stalagmite on the shore, and there is something you find a little bit disturbing and odd as you approach, and that is the guards. They're not duergar. They are humanoid, and they actually look like those creatures the Vargarians brought with them.
Oh, they're not bipedal beetles?
They're not bipedal
I
beetles.
remember what creatures the Bulgarians brought with them.
The Warforged.
The ones they chop shop.
We
to make the
glower at
Vargarians.
them, or I do. At least.
The only difference is though you can
So
see.
they look like Vargarians?
No,
No.
they look like what the Vargarians were kind of merged with.
Oh, so they look like whatever
With
that would have
Warforged.
been before a Vargarian. Okay.
So they look like Warforged, except for they're covered in this plating that it looks like it's made of like pearl.
I'm just going to turn this thing around. Everybody drive casual.
They're carrying small obsidian statues, and they're
Every
looking
one
at
of them.
everyone who comes in, and they're going, "Okay, you're good. Come on in. Okay, you're good. Come on in."
That's good.
All right. Well, we'll move up past them. Keep them. I'll be shooting them suspicious
Does
eyes.
anybody know what these things are?
Can we get our
I assumed that.
thing through here? Is it big enough? Isn't this
I don't
thing-
even think I'm going to get a check here, so.
It is big enough to get through. It's actually pretty wide, like 25 feet wide.
Oh my god. Where are we gonna park this thing for real?
Oh, they do.
You're this concerned about parking.
I am. Now that we
what
own,
happens when-
now
that's what
that we
happens when
own
you
a
get a
car,
car.
yeah. Now that we own a car everywhere we go, I'm like, can we park
Do
here?
they validate? 'Cause that's
Yeah.
important.
That is a
So
really important
yeah,
question.
so they step out and they cross Howard's in kind of in front of you guys, but they're at the same time they're trying to keep their distance from your belay.
So
Can I also
are they,
say-
Are they acting in unison, or is there any difference in... Like, I'm trying to gauge whether these things have a personality and control, or are they all...
I mean,
automatons?
it's kind of synchronized, but
Well,
it's
I'll stop it so we don't just run into
one of them turns his head and calls back to the tower, and Scout, come take a look at this.
Dave, I will say
But
that
in a robot voice,
that in a robot voice.
fantasy robot voice.
I will say that I healed the belay the first day, and that I've been, attempting to
Cuddle.
friend it, but it's probably not having any of that.
So how many days since the
I mean,
I think he
3
said a
attempts
week.
to friend it.
It was
I'm missing my third finger. I need it.
and a portly, very muscular, bald duergar comes waddling out of one of the towers.
Falcor, this is
Fucking Vargarians are here.
this is your forte.
Huh?
I was saying, Falcor, this is your forte.
Greetings. Yes. We've ventured down to your fine city. How are you doing today?
Hoxaloo on the
I start walking up to the guy, and you guys see me polishing off my knuckles.
walkway in
some-
front of the belay.
That was quite some spectacular speculum happening right there. Or
Speculum?
What's the sputum? Quite some spectacular sputum display there.
You're especially good at expectorating.
Yep. He's looking you up and
We gotta pay
down.
Disney now
Looks
for that
each
one.
of you up and down, and you can see him counting and calculating. He looks at the belay, the chariot. Starts looking at the wardranther, the pack dranthers, the spider. So,
We're
what's
like
your
a
business here in
traveling circus
Outcast
now.
today?
We are like a traveling circus.
Yeah, we have some goods to pick up from
What? No,
from a
tell 'em.
warehouse here.
Tell them we're a traveling circus. That's really the
And,
only
where are
believable
you
thing at this
from?
point.
We are from Griffingaff.
You've come quite a ways.
We've been looking to open up new trade routes.
He starts stroking his beard.
We're making
The
a
surface,
road,
huh?
you could say.
Surface.
What language is he speaking in?
Common.
Deep
I haven't
speech.
seen any like you before.
That made me.
Well, no, I don't
Yes,
have
we're-
Undercommon yet,
we're,
so I can.
we're new to this
Gotta make
realm.
some contacts here.
So you see a little twinkle in his eye. So you're from even further away, yeah?
By ways, but by great increments we've become acclimated to the area, to the region.
I see. Well, there's a tax and tariff for going into the town.
See, and what sort of tax and tariff do we have
It's gonna cost
levied?
you 2
And I'm
tranthers and a
expecting
bullet.
some peace spines.
I'm sure that we can find that
What
to
the fuck
be
did he say?
agreeable. He's speaking common.
Peace binds?
Your weapons.
What
Tie
the
your
fuck
weapons
is
up.
it? Oh. I was like, what the fuck is
We
a
don't want
peace
no
bind?
trouble here.
It's fair enough. It seems like a right and law-abiding place.
We aren't here to look for trouble either, sir.
Somehow I think if I put peace bindings on the flame reach and I turned it on, the bindings would just burn off.
Yes, but he doesn't need to know that.
Now he does.
Is it like a magical thing that we have to put on her?
No, it just means tie your weapon
I
down.
kind
Yeah.
of mutter in Draconic.
He starts pulling. He actually
condescend
starts
to me?
pulling twine
That's
out
my
of his
fucking question.
out of his pouch, and walking up to everyone who has a weapon that can actually be bound, and starts putting the peace bind.
Surely you won't deprive an old man his walking stick.
When he comes up to me, I take the twine and bind flame reach up myself.
He
have
he's
a-
not going to do anything with your walking stick.
I have
staff.
the mace that hangs from my side. I don't know
Yeah, you can't.
what he wants
Yeah,
done
really,
with that.
it's swords basically that you can bind. Anything that's in a scabbard will be bound. So,
I'll shove the mace down into the back a little bit. If
Does he do anything about our crossbows?
he asks that you unstring them.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, we can do that. So what is the tariff that's to be levied?
Well,
What?
it looks like it's going to be a
Wait
gold
for you to say something funny.
per
I'm
person.
disappointed.
Then we got these lizards things. They're going to be 3 each, except for that one there. That one is definitely 5. Pointing at
Away.
Crozen?
Todd.
frozen.
Crozen snorts.
So and then we have I don't even know where we're going to put that.
That's what I'm saying.
And a chariot. 10 for the monster.
What do you call monster?
Look at it. Look at those
Right.
teeth and those claws.
He's beautiful.
Well, he's just a
for the
little
chariot.
baby. Don't talk to him about that way.
Tell you what, how about you
Yeah,
keep him?
If you can find a safe place for all our mounts and chariots, I will
We
make.
have a place for it.
All right,
Yo.
give him a 100 gold piece gem.
That's double what he was asking for. I was
Fuck
just
it.
thinking. All right, fine.
His name is fucking Chomper, and if this guy pisses us off, we're just gonna be like Chomper sick balls.
His name's Chopper.
Taught him.
Except for when he 6 balls, it's like the whole lower half of the body. It's like Jaws when he eats.
Quint.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he's just gotta hit the target.
So
Then gotta get a
we've
bullseye.
well than more than well obliged your
Ablaze.
tariff.
So does that
Peace
cover it,
bounds.
sir?
Oh, absolutely. And he tells you the best places to stay. If you want directions on any place, he'll give you those.
He
Because
sucks your dick.
So we've heard great things about a place called the what was that place called? Yes, the Dream Palace. We've heard that if you're looking to have a one of a kind experience in Outcast, that is the place to go.
He kind of snickers a little. Yeah, it's a nice place. Just don't get lost in there.
He's like, that's one way to talk about it.
Also, I walk up to one of the robot dudes. I'm like poking around. I'm like, what are these things?
Forged?
Yeah.
The forged?
Yeah, where do they come from?
I don't know. They've been here. They were here before the city.
That's pretty cool.
You ever seen any of them, like, break apart and then attach their pieces onto somebody else, and then that somebody was one of them?
Sir, that is just weird.
do
You're calling him sir. That's weird too.
they,
I've been knighted.
We've also paid him a shitload of gold that he's going to
they-
pocket.
are they machinations or are they?
Whoa. We don't want any of that in here. No machinations.
Whoa.
Are they automatons? Are they?
They're forged. Yeah, they soldiers. They execute our laws. They're run by the adjudicators.
But do they make their own decisions? Do they? act
Are they
like you and I.
autonomous?
Do they think and reason for themselves?
Are you asking? Are they self-aware?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure this guy's self-aware.
The two of them
That was good.
look at you guys as you're talking, and
In front
they're
of
like,
about them.
yeah. The one speaks up. I'm right. We're right here.
I'm very sorry. I mean no insult.
I say, what button did I press?
We have encountered folk similar to you that do not act as you do. They take over those that are near them and make them.
Sounds awfully unlawful.
It makes them.
It rolls its eyes, but we
what's-
can't tell because its eye is just one colored gem thing that we can't tell when it moves.
It makes it as if they're a
That's
part
where
of
that
a
scratching
hive
sound comes from, though.
Like ants.
Yeah,
Yes.
similarly.
Well, we don't want any ants in here.
All right. Well.
And that's how
And
you
that's how you get ants.
Please
Hey.
accept my
Jealous,
fullest
I say you're
apology.
jealous.
Do you dudes got like a historian or some kind of like story keeper, like from your ancient past or nothing like that, or like some of them books?
Why the heck is the goblin asking about books?
In Outcast, sure. There's librarians.
No, I
there's-
mean about you guys.
about us.
Duergar.
You people.
No.
We've just been here.
The Duergar or the
No, the
Warforged?
Warforged.
I think you would better talk to the adjudicators. Maybe they would know.
The Justicars?
What do you say, adjudicators?
So
Was it Adjudicators?
We got the cars, whatever you want.
Justicators?
I'll ask
Judicars.
Potatoes? What?
Judicars.
Justicators.
I'll ask Scale where
You have to go
any
talk to the
libraries or areas
cops.
of research might be.
When you ask that, he tells you several places. You can check the Temple of Quinthel. There's several nobles that have personal libraries.
So we have.
You have
some
options.
resources. We have some options. All right. So well, I'll thank him for his time, his consideration, and the information, and we will scurry forward.
Okay. Well, he writes out kind of like a receipt for the tariff that you've just paid.
Parking tag.
You notice it doesn't seem to match the amount you gave him. It's going to be probably cause some
Clamp on the
problems when it
blade
comes to your taxes.
So, and there's like a place for us to secure our carriage here, our cart, and and our creatures.
Yeah,
That's why I kind of gave him more than enough to make sure that our monstrosities are taken care of.
yeah.
To pay the legal fees.
He told you where to go and to drop his name.
But like that Ryan was like, what are you doing? He's got like a calculator out. He's like, it's way more than we need to pay him.
So when you get to the second set, to the wall and the second set of towers, you're again met by another one of the forged, and they look over your documentation and just wave you through.
They put it in their mouth and then spit it out. And it's got all the right holes punched out of it.
Oh, no, poor guys.
And you guys actually, the city is pretty dense, but you're not really having problems making your way through it. People are giving the bull a wide berth.
Oh, we still have it with us?
Well, until we park it.
We haven't checked it
Yeah.
in.
Jesus
Mark it, yeah.
Christ. We need to find a parking garage.
As you go in, off to the side, there seems to be some commotion going on. You can see there is a raised platform, and there is a bunch of what looks to be prisoners up on it, and they are all tied to stakes. There's
like belay stakes or like wooden stakes?
like wooden stakes.
Got it, okay.
And people seem to be bidding all around on the people that are up there. And there is, off to the one side, there is an executioner with an axe. And you notice one of the prisoners cut free and directed to someone to go to someone that's in the crowd that you had just seen raising their hand.
Flesh auction.
Well, time to burn the city down.
I try to resist the urge to go over and physically take the executioner's axe and disrupt this personally.
Dream palace, dream palace, dream
We
palace.
are in a city that has customs that are going to be far afield from what we.
And if anyone
There
has
goes that
undercommon-
non-good again.
if anyone has undercommon, they seem to be speaking in that language.
Not as of yet.
No.
I'm gonna get some contacts here.
So,
Dream palace, let's go.
well, you're gonna park the bullet first.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna park the bullet,
Nope.
and then
We're gonna park the plane right in the middle of this slave
Right in the middle of the
auction.
dream.
So
palace.
when I read about Outcast when I was up above, was it like a brief mention, or did it say like the kind of city it was? And
It said the kind of city it was. You know, it's
so
basically
like, I'm aware that they do slave trading and the like here and whatever have you.
pretty much everything goes.
All right, so I would have preempted them with that knowledge to soften this, and that
It doesn't make it any easier on me.
You forgot. You quick told us real quick right now.
Oh, by the way,
Oh my god, by the way, guys, there's slavery here. It's okay. Please don't
so,
freak out.
Like,
I told you guys, right? Right.
like
No.
we have to abide by their laws while we're here. We
Oh, we can kill everyone and
We're
take
not-
over. That's always an
give
option
me a
too.
DC 15 knowledge check.
This is not how the mother of dragons would talk.
I don't know, my
27.
my alignment tells me I don't have to abide by their laws pretty distinctly.
So you know that
Yeah,
those are
evil
prisoners.
says.
Those are criminals that are being auctioned off, and if someone doesn't buy them,
They get executed.
they're going to be executed.
Not so bad.
So
So
even though we don't
free
understand them, blah blah blah. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's why I said dream palace.
So
yeah, park, dream palace.
So I'll go to the dream palace.
So with no problems, you park the bullet and you can leave your chariot there. You might even there's kind of a special cage for more exotic creatures. You may even want to back your chariot into that and have the bullet on the other side of it.
When you throw it in reverse, it's like beep, 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 beep.
It's just like that.
Somebody
So-
slaps a sticker on it while we're gone that says wide load. We're like, God damn it.
So there's many different types of architecture throughout.
Are we
Outcast.
leaving him in a stable so he can get fed and stuff?
Yeah, he's going to be taken care of.
Just making sure.
And
It's the pit where they put the unwanted slaves.
we leave it with the guy that
Two problems solved.
The Dranthers have a place
The
somewhere near it?
guy
Yes.
executes them and
It's
they
same-
fall right
same
into
place.
the Dranthers or the Belay's mouth.
It's the guy from the Rancor pit.
Now, do we have to park those there? Because I'd still like Crozen to still come with me.
You can bring him with you.
Okay.
You can do kind of the Old West thing and kind of tie him up outside. But as you do that, you are warned that if he does eat anybody, you're going to be held responsible.
Okay.
it's as if you ate them.
I'm for sure riding Rip Nugget forever.
So, some of the buildings are quite elegant looking, while others look well made but very serviceable. The one you find yourself outside of
Sorry, Todd.
actually kind of is shaped like a giant stone mushroom.
Fuck yeah! We're home, brother!
Yep.
Or some other phallic shaped thing.
Not again.
Or some other big old weird looking dick.
And as you go in, you're instantly greeted with a cloud of it's more like dust and these balls of dust just floating through the air.
Now's our chance to stab everybody with those quills.
Oh yeah.
There's tables all around. There's a bar. On each of the tables there's a lantern with some kind of luminescent fungus in it that spreads just enough light to basically cover the table. And what you see is these giant mushroom people walking between the tables. And every once in a while, you'll
Like
see
mid-float.
the patrons at the table say something, and then one of the mushrooms will do a dance, and it kind of goes back and forth, and it shakes its head.
Truffle
you see
shuffle.
this stuff this dander come off of it and spread out amongst the table.
Fucking brilliant.
And then the patrons at the table, you see them breathe it really deep and kind of holding their breath.
And that's how these mushrooms procreate.
I saw that movie.
Just so you do not get hit by them, you will be sent flying.
And then it's other tables. You'll see them do a combination of that and serve drinks as well. And the reactions from the ones that are getting drinks, in addition to getting the dance, seems to be a little bit different.
All right, is there anyone that greets us when we get in the door? Cause
No, we're just fucked.
I have no desire to go deeper into this place.
Okay, so you're standing at the door, kind of taking this in, when a small mushroom walks up, and he could probably shake for you guys, and it would probably rain down on you, but not for the rest of you.
We love him already.
And so he comes up and says something.
Undercommon?
In Undercommon, the language you keep hearing that you don't probably understand. And when you kind of look at him blankly, he goes in a really thick, heavy accented common, says, "Welcome to the Dream Palace. What would be your pleasure today?"
Just one thing, Dave, just so you know. If they're myconids cannot speak.
My myconid speak.
What? It's got a mouth?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, myconids are in Dark Souls, and they are telepathic.
So
That's how they work in normal D&D
here
also.
to see-
They can only speak if they get a psychic bond with you, and they do that by you breathing in some of their fungus to begin with.
well, we're here. We're here to see a gentleman Jack, good sir. I'm Lord Falcor. He probably knows to expect us.
I'll take one of everything.
He probably knows to expect us. Yes, he's surprised that you're
I take the little
here.
cloth that I have left and pull it up over my snout.
Okay, let me get your.
You look just like those statues that he sent out.
So tell him the Umber Hulk has come for his payment. See who comes out.
That's really good. The Umber Hulk's payment was those statues.
May I tell Jack? He says gentleman Jack. May I tell gentleman Jack who's come looking for him?
I say Lord Falcor and the contingent from Gryffindor.
Excellent. If you please have seats, and perhaps take some refreshment while you're here.
We for sure direct everybody to a table where there's going to be a myconid coming over.
Okay.
I want the full
So I've still got-
experience.
I've still got the cask, and I've got what looks like a cloth up over my snout.
So with that, he kind of waddles off into the dimness, and as you sit down, someone does come up, and again they do the same thing where they try and speak Undercommon to you, and then realize you don't speak Undercommon and go into Common, and a much deeper voice. This myconid servant. Greetings. Have you visited the Dream Palace before?
First time.
Well, let me explain to you how things work here. This is a place where we make your dreams and desires and pleasures come true. All you need to do is sit back and enjoy the ambiance.
Excellent news,
We
Smithers.
have some excellent
Man, we haven't
beverages
noticed
to
the table
enhance
in
the
years.
experience. We have green vision. We have
How much is everything? Can I see a menu?
oh, they don't have it. They're just going to tell you. He's going to tell you though. There's
Alright.
no written menu.
Okay.
You can read anyway. There's soothing
written in
blue,
crayon.
It's just cut shapes, colored abstract things.
orange delight. Then there is the tintillating waters.
That sounds boring. Tintillating
tintillating.
waters.
How about some
Oh,
dragon's
my God.
breath?
I don't know how to write. I forgot.
In reference to Dragonbeth, I sneeze
Get up and
a
tell
little,
him.
the flame comes out.
While he's talking to us, I'm like, yeah. And then I like jump up on the table. I get so excited about it. So I'm like, get all my friends here, drink. You're strongest. And then when you come back, I gotta tell you something.
For a mere 5 silver per person, we can have
How many gold is that?
I just
half a gold.
I just push like a handful of gold in this. I'm like, yeah, do it. Everything.
So with that, he snaps his big fat fungusy fingers like that, and then some of the little ones, the little myconids, come waddling out, and they're the ones carrying the trays, and there is a
I was
easily
gonna pay him, but good.
a
good
dozen different drinks, and are of different sizes with different colors. Some of them have different colors swirled into each other.
I'm trying them all.
And and also 2 more of the bigger myconids come over, and they kind of surround the table, and they begin doing the dance. So they're kind of like shuffling back and forth, and they
I'm gonna walk away from the table because
So I gotta cheer. I got a little bit of toast for everybody.
We should have a clear head for matters that are at hand.
Listen, we've been
I'm
venturing
standing
together for
Drink
a
the titty
long
water.
time.
What's this?
And I just want to say how much I really appreciate all your friendship, and you've really made us part of the fam here, and you're part of my fam. And I just wanted to say a toast to everybody. Cheers!
Huzzah.
I'm still
Cheers.
5
You all got
feet
your
away from
drinks?
this.
Absolutely not.
Get the titty water.
Cheers! You're not gonna salute with me?
Sure.
I'm a good 5 to 10
Yeah,
feet
just
away
go
from
like
all
that.
Whatever that's up.
You guys aren't gonna cheers with me?
I clank.
Clank.
Cheers.
I'm 5 to 10 feet away.
You bastard! Cheers it is! And then while they're all drinking, I go, blast them! Blast them while they're drinking, blast them!
So they do the blasting?
Yes!
They do the blasting.
Cheeto dust everywhere.
Cheeto dust.
Did you drink? You drank?
Oh, hell yeah.
So you're not sure if any of them drank or not, because you see like 16 arms come up with mugs, and you're like, one of them definitely hit their mouths.
But it turns out it was mine.
Oh, maybe not so much.
I all over myself something.
The rest of you guys, you're further away, so you can kind of, and you guys are kind of trying to.
I'm
defend
further
against
away and
it.
I've got something over my
I'm
mouth.
just assuming that there could possibly be the person hiring an assassin here, and I want to drink poison.
Yeah.
So just from being there, you just give me
We
saving
are
throws with
so
advantage.
We're so like
Is that-
impervious to poison.
What's that?
You made
Yeah.
it. Half the party's dead.
What do you say?
Advantage?
You guys don't have to make a save.
20.
You're partaking,
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 20.
Oh, we're just trying to.
and you guys are actually drinking too. So
Oh, what kind of saving
13.
Saving throw with advantage.
Oh, what are we making a save against?
con.
Con? Yeah, 13.
18.
I don't know if this was mind
17.
affecting.
Though I got lured in when he said cheer, so I went to cheers, and then he fucking snuck having us blasted. So I don't know
You got ass
what
blasted.
what the implications of that are.
24. I got a 24. I didn't have to
I haven't-
roll.
Well, yeah, you can just choose to not. You don't have
That's
to make a
fine.
save.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
5.
Okay. So the three of you are intoxicated, and you two are hallucinating and tripping your faces off of.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Like, total Alice in Wonderland. You just feel kind of fuzzy and good, and make another saving throw to now resist drinking.
No, that's alright.
Resist drinking. I love it.
Okay, so drinking still sounds like a bad idea to you. So you go.
I'm assuming that's poison, so.
But you guys are seeing all kinds of crazy stuff right now, and the drinks. And it seems like every time you drink something different, it makes you feel different, or you see different
I
things.
definitely started
The
with the
belay
orange.
is driving the chariot being pulled by umbrellas.
Just so you know, I drank the orange one first. I don't know if that matters.
Okay. And like you guys kind of like hear some of the other another patron like walk by and whisper like, I've never seen anyone drink all of them at once.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm literally running on the table's edge in circles. Like,
Am I okay?
Well, you get a.
What's actually
Yeah, you're
happening
fine.
is you just keep flopping your head over on the table.
You think you're running around the table, but you're actually just staring at the lamp.
And you're like a dog. Your legs are just like running in place.
These two are they?
They're fine.
All right.
So you got the talkers okay.
So after 10, 15, possibly 20 minutes for you guys, it seems like days. But and for you, it seems like it was easily 4 hours. That's probably like 20 minutes.
oh, we for sure get him to drink.
We wear him down.
Yeah, you're drinking.
When they get occupied, I'll sit off on the side.
I'll slow drip from behind him down his nose. Like,
You're pouring
continue my
stuff over
journalism.
somebody's total stranger because you don't know where you are now.
I just
Some small
envision those
dog
guys
didn't
filling
fit.
straws and being like, Tori, what?
our crazy straws. That's the other purpose of our crazy straws.
So after about 20
I never put
minutes,
my crazy straw down.
the Myconid that originally saw you to your seats returns and says, "Gentleman Jack will see you. He's available."
Excellent.
We'll leave the three of them to their.
No, you won't.
Places.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're coming. We're part of this thing. Let's go.
I'm fine.
Wait. Hold on. Because of my strength, if I sit flamer till them, can they move?
Yeah, it's not that heavy.
Okay.
It's still just a
Can I find our original waiter?
They all look the same.
At this point, you're not sure.
I was going to say
the
whatever
head.
we didn't drink, we can be like, give these to the next people that come in.
Okay, yeah, they'll totally do
That
that.
way they don't get wasted. Or if,
Well, they'll get wasted, but
yeah.
No, the people will get wasted, not the
The
drinks.
people get, I don't want the drinks to get
well, the
wasted.
people get wasted, not the drinks get wasted.
All right, shall we be along then? Let's
You
do
guys
it.
are starting to get really hungry.
They are?
We have
Yeah.
the munchies.
Can I
like
go for it?
crazy.
Yeah, so you're led
Big
to the
bowl of
back of the
mushrooms.
establishment.
You're gonna start chewing on one of the waiters.
Hey, get on this big old spider with me. Get on it.
All right.
He knows where to go. We're riding Todd. I'm like, get on this spider.
They're sitting on your
And
face.
he turns around and he's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, shh.
Rib nugget.
Rip Nugget, you've never been so talky
Look, they're
before.
trying to get away. They're trying to get away. Get them. Chase after them. They're trying to have talks without us and make
Rip
decisions.
Nugget mush.
They're gonna sell us out. Gotta get in there.
So you guys,
we're led ahead.
you're led to the back of the establishment.
Rip Nugget comes over, pulls
to
us off of him.
A wooden door, bound in iron. Standing outside of it is a figure that's about 7 feet tall, and he looks like he's chiseled out of granite. And
Literally?
etched all over his skin is different, like tribal-looking tattoos.
Thank God he's not made out of obsidian, right? Because I mean, come on.
There's a connection.
That would mean that these statues are his poo.
I was gonna say.
Although
maybe
the tattoos kind of
better.
resembles obsidian, but with that he nods his head to the door, and as he opens it for you,
I'll give him a gentlemanly nod and make my way through. Thank you.
it's a fairly large room that you're led to. There's a fire going in the one corner. There's books on bookshelves along the wall. Sitting behind the desk directly in front of you guys is what you can only guess is Gentleman Jack.
That'd be hysterical if it was Danak.
He's
And we were like,
he's
what the
wearing
fuck?
a Jeff cap on his head's off to one side.
Flat
A
cap.
Jeff cap?
Flat
Yes.
cap.
Yeah.
Cabby. Like,
Oh, okay.
A newswig.
Jaunty.
It's a
Jaunty
giant
fellow.
brain with a beak and tentacles that are dangling from it, and he seems to be sitting in a very plush chair.
And he's got a Jeff cap on?
Yes, and
Does he
Is it a
also have a
giant
fake
Jeff cap?
must?
no, it's not a giant Jeff cap at all. It's like size for like a normal
Is
person.
it pinned to his brain somehow?
And
Wait,
it's
is
just
this
sitting
what-
here.
Is this what he looks like to all of us or just the three of us?
Well, this is what he looks to these guys. He also has a monocle. Where
I was going to ask you, where's the monocle?
Where one eye, where his eye would be, but there's no eye there, so it's kind of just like wedged in the brain matter.
He's just hanging.
And it has a chain that's kind of like goes down to a pin that's pinned through some more brain matter.
No!
And he's like tapping one tentacle rhythmically on the desk as he waits. He seems to be looking you over. Now, what you guys see is all of that, except for the brain matter is changing colors. The monocle is growing and shrinking. The hat sometimes looks really tiny, and other times it looks giant.
He's got
And-
twice the amount of tentacles. Some of them are calling to you.
Are there any snacks in this room? Any bowls full of snacks or anything that we think is a snack?
No, you do not see anything.
Damn it.
And
I run up to his desk and basically run into it and then stop, and then I'm like, we gotta talk. Then I take the statue of me out and I like slam it and slide it across the desk, probably scratching it a little bit, and be like, did you send someone to kill us with this thing?
And his 38 tentacles slap you in the face.
he kind of turns in his seat and looks down at you.
Pardon
And-
me,
and that-
Gentleman Jack.
He
Our
steeps his tentacles and kind of is tapping them together. And this is when you notice the electrical arcs that seem to be sparking off of them. And You're an odd little fellow, my friend.
Some of our companions partook of the delicacies.
Answer the question,
downstairs.
you murder!
The brain tilts back a little bit, and it does what in the beak begins like kind of clacking, and it takes you a moment to realize it, but you think he's kind of chuckling or laughing. He's like, no, really, you think.
So greetings.
Well, I mean, sometimes he's a little addled brain, but this is an extremity even for
always this
Richard. For
And good sir, I have not personally murdered anyone in a long time.
This statue looks like that guy's poop. Did he poop out who to kill? Did you send the guy to come kill us with poop?
I go over and gently remove him.
I think we're getting off to a bad start here. You guys have come for
the Dark Lens. We've come for the Dark Lens. We did not extend his regard, and also a chest
The
bearing
lens of dark
in,
visions.
the lens of dark visions, as my associate here says, and we have the agreed upon amount coming from Danak.
Also, he says that you should sell us one of your mushroom waiters.
Do we open
That he did not say.
He for sure said he sold me secretly.
So am I to believe
Let me see your note you were writing.
you find sirs were accosted on your way to Outcast?
Yeah, how'd you know that? It's because you did it yourself, right?
You just told me that someone tried to kill you.
But how did you know that it was to use the word accosted and that it happened outside the town?
Because I'm a gentleman, of course.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
that tracks, yeah.
Would you make with the chest?
I bring the cask over and place it on the
Desk.
desk table gently.
So-
Excellent.
Here's that. May we see the lens of dark vision?
talking!
Crack it open. Let's see. I want to see what's in the chest. Crack it open. Let's see.
So he takes one of his tentacles and kind of points at the lock and zaps it with a little crackle of electricity.
No,
and
he
it
for sure
pops
would not
open.
have any idea if we had knocked that shit.
And inside of it are 7 trade bars of platinum.
That's expensive.
How much is that worth?
Excellent. He begins kind of caressing them with his tentacles.
That's like $1,000.
And
Behave.
I don't know.
Or you're going out the window.
I don't know what a
Only
dollar
3,500.
is.
What?
3,500 gold.
Each?
No, 500 gold each.
that's it for a platinum bar?
That doesn't seem like
These
a
are
lot.
like triple that size.
Oh well, all right. 1 pound of platinum is worth 500 gold. So
Oh yeah, these are like these are like
10-pound bars.
these are like 5-pound bars.
5-pound bars. Okay, so
Wow.
5 times that.
What? I feel like a gem would have been a more efficient trade
This is
substance
true, it
at
would
this
have
point.
been.
So with that, you hear the door behind you, and the guy that was standing outside is now coming in carrying something wrapped in a cloth, black cloth.
So, what exactly does a lens of dark visions do?
What do I look like? Some kind of wizard?
What about like a giant
Oh,
brain?
He like shrugs his tentacles,
What, like an egghead?
Well, you
And
are
cocks his head a little bit.
somewhat of a rather large brain, so I assumed you'd be one who knows things.
I do know things. I
The
know where to
question
find
is-
stuff.
Rude, don't point out the
Cockbar. You know that we can figure it out. But we know that
That
those
he
those in
knows.
town have already devised what we need it for.
The question isn't what does he look like. The
I'll
question
take
is what
the,
doesn't he look like.
It doesn't look like you.
It's got some heft to it.
It does, and
Sure enough.
it's just wrapped in a cloth. So,
I want to
so
know
I'll take hold of that.
what. How
so
I'm
basically,
gonna
it's like it's the size of like maybe like a
Dirty
large
magic.
serving
have
tray,
real interested.
and it's
Some
made
say
of
magic.
basically
Magic.
a black glass, and it has a copper ring around the edge.
It's basically
It's a monocle
prescription
for a giant.
sunglasses.
Or a titan.
It's
What?
prescription sunglasses
For a titan.
for a titan.
No, no, no.
So
Here it is.
I'll,
This is well done.
I'll take hold of this.
I procure things. Danak said he needed a thing. I found it.
So you procure things, but you also hear rumor of things.
I do.
So, if we were to spend the evening here, because it's probably well on into the day, would you be able to find out if you could maybe hear some things about anyone who would have ill intent toward us? Because whoever it was, the threat was likely from among the underground folk.
Well, he begins tapping his tentacles together.
He's like, it's going to cost you 7 platinum bars.
How?
He doesn't even care what the platinum balls are worth. He just likes platinum
He
balls.
just is really
He's building a beach house.
How much would this information be worth to you?
And overnight, that's really fast. I mean, I'm just learning. I'd have to get my feelers out.
Literally.
Send my friends out on the
I
street.
get it.
See,
I think.
Oh, I got this. I roam around in my bag. I got just what you want.
I got you, fam.
I slide a jar across the desk. The jar says, "Jellied bones." Huh?
What is jellied bones? He's looking
Says
at
it right there on the tin. Jellied bones, just what you like.
So describe it. What's in there?
It's jelly bones.
There's no subterfuge involved.
Are they fried?
It's leftover from. Didn't we fight a gelatinous cube that had shards of bones in it?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's on my character sheet. I wrote it down somewhere early on in our campaign. I've had some jelly
Otherwise-
bones. I thought that sounded awesome, so I kept it.
Otherwise, you could give him the quills of musk. New drugs. for him?
He looks at it and he's tapping on the jar and like sparking electricity.
You want to taste?
Kind of makes it look like a lava lamp when he does that. It's like, I don't think this is as valuable as you think it is.
Hey man, to each his own, I guess. I just thought I read you that way.
Give him the musk.
I prefer gems or gold.
What about drugs that you don't have yet?
Drugs? I never use drugs.
I
Do you
mean,
see
for
those
your,
poor wretches out there?
for your bar, bro.
How about statue of Griffin?
This is not my
Greatest
bar.
hero.
I just run a room here.
Don't you want your bar to smell like a big old skunk?
This you're mistaken. I do not own this establishment. I just use this facility from time to time.
Wait a minute, I got you, fam.
I got a quiver full of.
You look like a
Spyglass.
gentlemanly gentleman, and I have a thing that no one else could get you but me. Hold on 1 second. I
Is
rummage
it-
around in my bag. I put the jelly bones back.
you're
And then
sending
he,
that
but
off.
then he pulls them back out again.
No. That would be
Jelly
silly.
bones.
That would be silly. And so what I do is I start pulling a piece of cloth out, and it's red, and I'm pulling it out,
Is it blue? Is it yellow?
and then I pull it out some more, and it changes colors. And it changes colors again, and that goes on for a good minute.
I'm totally fascinated.
It's like a 15. It's at least 15 feet long. It's a 15-foot rainbow scarf.
I don't think you're actually
Only a gentleman would wear this.
I don't think you're actually able to stop pulling it out because now you're tripping your face off on the colors.
Well, I might think that I keeps going, but I definitely only have 15
So,
foot of
what-
rainbow scarf.
It ends, but he's still making the action.
Run the punch runs to the end and grabs it and starts refeeding it to you.
Yeah, there you go.
So, what would such a
I start
service
putting it in my mouth.
Yeah, we get
What
distracted.
would
That's just a
such
juggling
services
routine over in the
rendered
corner
would-
now.
would run?
We
What
totally
is the
forgot
process
about
of
everything
that?
else happening.
Is it even feasible? Is the other question.
So
just turned Todd's
it could be
character into a
tricky. It could
mummy.
be
I just lay
dangerous.
down on the ground.
You know, you ask too many questions. They tried to
Room's
kill
too
you, right?
busy.
I don't want to put you in any extra harm.
Yeah, me neither.
So, what do you feel would be a reasonable amount of time that you could do this safely? And at what price? And
For
if that
$4.
falls within a means that we're able to
Need about,
hold time wise
350.
and afford, we can go from there. If either the amount or the duration is more than we're able to deal, then we need to talk about it no further.
All right, give me 3 nights. 500 gold a night should cover it.
1,500 gold.
How about the dust of an angel?
Angel dust.
That could be quite valuable.
Yes,
You have the actual dust on an angel.
it is called angel dust.
You crazy.
So, are we willing to part with that much
I would have
coin
to have
for
that
that information?
You want to take? You want to do something with me?
Well, I would definitely
What?
like to spend.
He doesn't do
spend
drugs.
some
He said he
time
doesn't
here.
do drugs.
No.
That's because he hasn't done angel dust yet.
No. This
there might be some
this is
valuable context
an
to be
angel
made.
that's been cremated,
Valuable
right?
information to be had.
Yeah, those are words.
It's
They'll
in
fuck
it.
you up.
It's in an urn. You keep it in an urn.
I don't think we're talking about the
Willing to
same
donate
thing.
to this cause.
It is involved in cremation.
Yeah, I only have like. Yeah, I got enough to cover.
I can't believe you
I'm
didn't go for
seeing
the
if we could
1500
divide it up. I was
feet of
willing to-
Medusa.
If it's
I've got 500 to spare. I did take a large portion of what I had and put it in.
You did get what we got this session, right?
Yeah.
From the
Ted, it's 260 each of us, right?
It was like
260 gold each.
2,800. You mean 260 for the
Be two-
1,500?
If we're gonna pay, it'd be $250 a piece. If all of us are gonna go in on his cost,
Because it's 15.
$1,500 and there's 6 of us.
Okay.
Well, it's only 1,500. It takes him 3 days. Right? You said it's 500 a day.
I imagine he's gonna hold out for 3 days.
He wouldn't do that. He's a gentleman.
Really? Yeah, I got enough to help.
I'm in for that.
Yeah, I'm in for 250.
What about you,
Five.
Pickle?
500.
This
Pickle
is that's as low as I'll
As
go.
low as I'll go.
No. What is it?
250.
For the gathering of the information.
501.
All right, 250.
He bid the most without
So-
going over.
That's right.
All right, we will meet your price and we will spend the time here.
Excellent.
We will pay you 500 a day, just like you said. But if you get it done a day early or 2 days early, we will pay you the same as 3 days. So don't dick around and wait and stretch
We're
it.
just gonna give him all the money now,
No!
no matter how much time it takes him, and then
No,
we'll give
no,
him a
that's how
year's
people
pay.
run away. I don't know this guy.
Give him a year's pay.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
In the
No
Cobalt
taxes.
Kingdom.
as
No
we've got
taxes.
time
In
to
the Cobalt
chill,
Kingdom
what,
day.
you being a gentleman and such, are there any good shows, some cultural digs to take in?
Ted, I already
in the
subtracted
area?
the 250 from myself.
Well, there's
You're in charge of remembering.
there's a lot going on.
I gave all the
in
use of
Outcast at
Dragonborn
all
money I
times.
What did you say, Ted?
I did as well.
Depends on what exactly you're into. Yeah.
Theater, the arts, orchestras,
Snuff
perhaps.
films.
Oh, that.
Just kidding. Jesus Christ.
That stuff is a little lacking.
It's 250 gold each.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that
Museums,
come from?
cultural heritage sites.
Oh, you know,
I tried to think of the most horrible thing I could think of.
so
I think I broke Anthony.
I don't know if you'll want to take your friends with you or not.
Absolutely not.
Holy
No. I think this is more their sort of speed. This establishment.
I'm sorry.
That does sound about right.
I hope
But
you still like me.
I'm not leaving this
Madam-
building the whole time we're here, honestly.
Madame Vaneliza happens to be showing this week.
Oh. I know innuendo when I hear it.
She has the finest sculptures in all of the Outcast, probably all the land.
Is that what they call them down here?
Is she interested in any goblin sculptures by any chance?
Yeah, does she make little tiny obsidian sculptures with
That's an
gem
interesting
eyes?
question.
Out of game, she's a Medusa.
Yeah.
No, no,
I have seen
absolutely.
her make small statues, but it requires small material to work with.
Small, like, obsidian shards, maybe?
No, it's never obsidian.
She's a fucking Medusa, Anthony.
They're always turned to marble.
Always more. They're always turned into
I
marble.
shall have to go admire her work.
Bring
You should
a
get a
mirror.
good look at it.
Are we really?
So,
Somebody
Yeah,
said what
get
happens if
drugged during
Medusa
art
looks at you at the
museum.
same time that King Midas touches you.
Oh no, it's not an art museum. It's not like that. So, see, nobles throughout the city commission her work all the time, and they pay handsomely to have her works put in their establishments, and they welcome others into their homes to view
There's
these.
some dark shit.
I meant no offense, sir. It's just
Oh no offense. Are you hard on your luck? Do you need some extra coin? She has the best rates. You-
what do you mean the best rates?
Well, she looks for interesting subjects, and they sign a contract with her, and whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, she pays them or their family or holds the money for them, and she poses them how she will, and then she turns them to stone, and they're displayed for that amount of time, and at the end they're released from the contract and they're paid for their services.
Turns them to stone.
Yes, sculptures. She makes the sculptures.
That's not a sculpture.
Is she some sort of transmuter mage of some sort?
No. She's a Medusa.
That's cheating. You can't. That's not sculpted. You didn't sculpt nothing.
Well, you'd have to take that up with her, but the nobles love her.
Well, that being said, it'd be an interesting sort of cultural exhibition. May as well take a look.
I look at the big dude. Is that what happened to you?
I am not a statue.
I am Groot.
I go up to him and I say, "What's up with the monocle?"
It's very fashionable.
But can you see him?
I was talking to the big stone guy, not the brain, by the way.
Oh.
I don't have eyes.
Why do you have a monocle?
It's very fashionable.
Why do you have a hat?
Because it looks smashing upon me. And not only that, he reaches aside and pulls out a cane with a silver topper on it.
I am fucking
and
delighted.
And taps it on the desk, and it matches my cane most excellently.
I am goddamn delighted. I high five 8 of his tentacles.
Zap, zap, zap.
Pretty much your hair is like...
Take 5d6 damage.
What happens to British folks, ladies and gentlemen, when they become just a tad bit strong?
There is also some performance theaters as well. Many of the performers are dark elves that have come to live down here in the beneath.
One of them, Drizzt, Anthony's character, murdering spree.
They manage to incorporate their innate magical abilities with their fine grace and beauty.
So is it like a dance performance, a ballet of sorts?
It is, except for they use the dark elves. They have
Torn to
magic powers.
shreds, you say.
They murder people.
You're not dragging me to this.
I'll go myself. If you don't want to be more cultured than being attacked by something that gives you cultures.
Then there is also, and I would recommend staying there too. There's Ort's, Ort's Golden Knuckles Tea House. Finest tea in all of Outcast, probably in all of the Beneath.
It's made of dead people. What horror can you tell us about this place?
There's no horror. I mean, they have sanctioned bare knuckle fights there. They serve excellent tea, both alcoholic
It's
and
a tea house.
not.
What he means is it's a hill where they crucify people.
Teas.
They're teas. They're
And the
getting
dark
put on a
elf,
tea.
the dark elf Ort has run the establishment for
God.
several hundred years. He's a very good
You might get
reputation.
me to go there.
I don't know, Ryan. Of all those things, I think the most lawful good is finding a small child to get statuified by a Medusa.
Or perhaps you would like to visit Lady Pyre's establishment. Do you partaking, perhaps gambling?
Not particularly my
This
forte.
whole place is a gamble.
I have
only
every
bet
intention of
human
going to the
lives.
places that Scale
Just,
told me about that are libraries.
Just be careful of the servers. I mean, they're efficient and they're good, but sometimes they try and make bargains. They are imps after all.
Are you gonna go to the library? It's gonna be like every book is made out of a human.
Yeah,
It's
all books are made out of human skin.
They're all cursed homes.
They're still alive. No,
take this
screw
one.
it. All books are just tattooed on orphans who aren't allowed to age ever or wear clothing.
Well, I think I will check
shit,
out
Anthony.
this the sculptor, the dark elves, and maybe we can partake of some of these
Zack Snyder Memorial
this
Library.
tea house fights. Perhaps.
So how long does it take Todd to come down?
He's probably starting to come around.
I'm sleeping on the floor.
He didn't-
10 years. 10 years.
It's lost really
This is
long
a
in
serious
hell.
hit to his life.
He hasn't drank in any of the
I changed
enhancing
classes. I come out of it. I'm a cleric for some reason.
All right, so
Comes out a decade later.
I
changed
believe
man.
Scale gave us some place
So they're gonna
God.
go to some
recommend to
theaters
stay.
Do you
So
want to
we'll give
hang
that
out here at the bar
information
with us
to,
and get full?
Gentleman Jack,
I'm just tired.
and
What you want us to get? You want us to get a room here, or where do you guys want to?
Nah, see, this is where our background comes into play. Because we have popular by demand. Which means that we can find lodging here as long as we perform.
Oh, that's true. We do have that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
We've so impressed them with our ability to take all the drugs that we will offer our services as performing artists.
So I will offer to assist in the research during
Clownery and mimes is what we
5-6
do.
hours a day,
So-
and a couple of days of cultural happenings.
so they require that you do a little demonstration, and they're-
Of doing drugs?
If you thought you were tripping balls before, wait until you see us do our thing while also tripping balls.
The other place I'd probably get room and board at, because I have my popular demand as well, would probably be the bare knuckle fighting place.
yes, you can absolutely do that if you want
The
to.
unsanctioned
They
child
do-
fights.
They actually do offer, and after the first night you guys perform, the second night you absolutely pack the place between all your colorful displays, the fire.
15 foot of rainbow
Excellent.
scarf.
We're gonna go to 3 or
Because that's
4
a new
different
bit we
places.
just made up in the
Divide
other
us up.
room.
The assassins are gonna get us all in one night. It'll be great.
This is the lawful city. What's the worst that could happen?
Lawful by a different set of rules.
Lawful evil. It's still different.
In a peak of
Beaten
inspiration,
to death.
we created
Possessed by an imp. Statue.
3 days later, we're gonna meet with the brain. It's just the 3 of us. You guys are all fucked.
So I'll stick with these two, make sure that they're safe, and then
Okay.
whenever we get around to going to the tea places, that's when I'll see if I can partake in some of the fighting.
Yeah, our days are spent in research. I'm going to do some cultural stuff. I might take in some fights and watch him take some punches
We don't
and
have
deliver
anything
some
that's
punches.
like.
I will spend every
can
waking
hear
hour that they
gossip
allow
and
me
all that, right? That's
in
charisma.
whatever library I can get to. I'm looking to not only see what information I might be able to obtain, but I'm also looking to make contacts. Anyone at the library, anyone at the temple. You had said there was something of Quenthel down here. So I'm doing what I can.
We only have 3 days to do this, but I will use our notoriety and contacts within this place that we have ingratiated ourselves into to try to find out information.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we do that? I know that we
Other
don't have like a
assassins?
very
Yeah,
high
for sure.
charisma.
We're there all day performing, and he says that we become well known. We can talk to people.
Yeah, by the 3rd night, you guys even have an entourage.
I-
Whether you want one or not.
The Goblin Entourage.
And most of them are speaking undercommon, but you do encounter some of them that speak Goblin.
Did Gentleman Jack watch us?
No,
Damn
he
it.
did not.
I really want to impress him.
So I would like to find out if anybody's talking about any kind of assassination in the way that that we have seen this dude coming to kill us. Like, or anybody.
Drive-bys, drive-throughs.
Hey, has anybody seen that Umber Hulk that drives around on his chariot? I haven't seen him around lately. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a seedy
Can
environment.
we just buy
I will
an
say
ad in
that
the paper that's
it's a
like
city
looking to
environment.
assassinate someone?
A seedy environment. But where we are, all those shitty people are high as shit. So they should not be holding back too hard on this information.
No, you actually get them to talk about anything you want them to talk about. It's just a matter of what they know. So no one knows anything about assassins. Well, assassination. They know plenty about assassins. They like give off a laundry list of, use this guy, use that guy. Who do you want off?
Nobody mentions an Umber Hulk, though.
No.
Okay.
There is one guy, it's a promising lead. His name is Umber Hulk Hogan, actually. Oh, yeah, brother.
How about the statues? Anybody use statues to...
Are you here with us?
Yeah, are there any guilds that
marks?
mark targets by making statues of them or anything like that?
Not here.
All right, and then the other way we could ask that is like, hey, we got these cool statues made. We'd like to get some more. Do you know, or we found these statues. Do you know where we could find craftsmanship like this?
Okay, so they look over the statues and they're like, I think, like, you have to ask around for a long time, and then someone's like, you know what, my aunt, she might know something about these.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's not a Medusa, is she?
She's not a Medusa.
Thank God.
She's actually
She only turns
People to obsidian.
3-inch tall people into obsidian.
she's actually a Snurf Niblin.
Ooh, rad.
And she actually knows the city that these were probably forged or made in.
Which city's that?
Yeah, tell him the name of the city.
Volgrin. Also commonly referred to as Rin.
But it seems odd. Like, you know, in Surf Midlands, we're not assassins. We don't kill people.
Well, they hired somebody else, though, right?
To kill people?
Yeah.
Kind of a peaceful people.
All right.
Peaceful folk.
Well, you know, anyone can tell you that someone can say, look, here's a likeness, make a statue of it, and then...
Sure.
Somebody could have been like, here's a Snapchat of some scrubby dude.
It just means we're 3 steps away as opposed to 2 steps away. Right.
Right.
The other thing I want to find out is how do these myconids procreate, and do they create some kind of small spore
Can I
That-
impregnate one? Is really
that I might be able to get a
You're gonna
hold of
cheat-
and
you wanna cheat on
smuggle
your-
it out
cheat
of
on
the
your
town, and then maybe grow my
mistress.
own myconid home in my own
I'm
town.
telling you, dude, she's the one who sent the assassin after us. He cheated on her.
Much like silkworms, I would like to get one of these myconids into my possession for
It's
later
like an
use.
animal.
Are you Goblin Marco Polo?
Yeah, I'm gonna Marco Polo me some.
So, you know, you get into an in-depth conversation with some of the myconids, and they start explaining things to you. Except for the more time you spend around them, and you know, you're
higher
probably
you
touching them, and they're moving around and shaking their heads, and they really seem kind of relaxed. And
I think
and
that
free with
eventually
you.
they're like, "You're all impregnated now." That's how this works.
You know, so, you know, they go through the whole birds and bees talk with you. For
Wow. There's
I
a
mean,
lot of
we are like
wows.
13 years old, so.
But you know, you're kind of like oblivious by the end of the conversation.
That's fine. And the other thing I would try to do, but barring me being able to steal one of their children to use as an infinite drug source back home, is I will just try to straight up
Buy
collect a whole bunch of these spores out of the spore dust.
No, can't we just be like, can we have one of you to come live with us? Mom will take care of you forever.
So, in their entourage, maybe they
They
collect
see-
them
Like
They
if
actually
there's
seem
sweepings, like
interested.
I'm gonna be like trying to like.
So
Getting
they
some in
seem
my pocket.
interested in the prospect, and basically you can hire one on, but they're like, well, where are you going?
Back to the overworld. What
The
is
surface.
it called? The surface?
Where we live.
And so
Can you
they
live in
seem-
the surface? Can they
they-
live on the surface?
kind of seem frightened when you talk about that, and they don't like the sun.
Oh,
Right, an
no.
umbrella.
They could live in the basement at Mom's
Yeah, for sure. You could live in the Kowalski's in the
basement.
Kowalski's basement.
So with that, they're like, you're gonna have to negotiate with the boss.
Who's the boss? Is it Samantha?
Yeo Gish runs things around here.
No, we don't want to have. Why do we don't talk to a boss? We just want
Because
someone
he
to
wants
come,
to, he wants to buy one essentially.
We want someone to come live with us. Are they slaves?
They're mushrooms. I eat one of my mushrooms. I don't know. Who cares?
They're people with souls.
Mushrooms are people too.
You can't
Mushrooms are
buy
people
them
too.
like they're slaves.
Can't prove
Mushrooms
that.
lives matter.
So you're introduced to Yeo Gish.
Is it the leader of these
This
mushrooms?
shit is going way too
It's
fast.
the owner of this establishment.
Is he a myconid?
He is a myconid.
He's their king myconid?
Yeah, he's got the Fu Manchu,
Fuck yeah.
and he's more colorful than any of the other ones, and towers over all of the other ones.
Sure.
He's ginormous.
We think you should talk to us about, and we would like to talk to you about, starting a franchise.
A franchise. Interesting.
We come from a town on the surface, but there can be underground parts of that town. I don't know. Dig some holes. Like we got a bunker coming out.
Where is basements?
Pretty sure someone's making a bunker.
You shouldn't have told them, Tom.
Bunker is, he probably did tell him all about it while he was high.
Yeah, they probably did.
So they're
all of
starting.
his
They
secrets.
start a franchise there. This town's becoming a hub of local trade between this world and another world, full of a bunch of dragon assholes or kind of dicks, but whatever, and some other different countries and Clockwork Kingdom and whatnot. And this would be a real good like trade point for everybody.
Also,
I think
they
we
got
make a lot
real
of
shitty
business.
drugs that make you smell like a skunk, and
Yeah,
this
you
would
got
be
these
a way
shitty skunk
upper
drugs that
class.
show them the
This would be way
thorn.
higher class than that.
But you got the good stuff, and I think people need to know about this. What do you think? What do you say?
I am very intrigued by this idea.
Oh, no.
We would have to run it by Madame Moucheroux, though.
What the fuck? I thought you were the boss.
I'm the boss of here. Madame Moucheroux, she's an ancient one of our kind.
So you got another place that's like the capital of your dudes?
Not exactly. It is very difficult to get in to see her. People wait years. She's a seer.
Does she understand that maybe we're not the longest lived of people and that years would not probably be the most preferable for us to wait?
She sees vastly into the future and the past, so she probably would know.
Well, good.
In fact, that's her on the horn right now. She wants to see us right now.
What do you know? She's here already.
She saw us coming.
Because that's what psychics do.
I could
Not
possibly
some Miss Cleo bullshit.
Not some This ain't some Miss
I
Cleo
could possibly
bullshit.
arrange for a meeting if she's willing to see you.
That would
Hell
be
yeah,
cool.
heck yeah.
Before we leave, though, can we get fucked up on your spores?
I usually only cater to special clientele,
That's fine.
but
Who's more special than us?
Does he know about our performances?
he does. He's the one that hired you.
Oh,
would
right,
have-
right.
he would
He's
have
the
to
boss.
approve
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But he's just like, and then,
Ah, sweet.
I'll see what I can do.
I run into a wall for 5 minutes.
And
Alright.
this stuff is more potent.
That's
than
enough for us.
everything.
What did we find out? Oh, we found out what city the assassins might come
Mulren.
from. Yeah. Cool.
Why are you telling? What
I think you probably if the fist fights are betted on, you've probably made a fair amount of money off of me.
If I felt like you were the strongest competitor.
So,
No, he's as a setup. He just takes dives for you all day long.
Yeah.
Backtracking slightly, Gentleman Jack does, like, after he sends them out of the room for less distractions, he basically starts grilling you guys for any information you have about the attack.
You know, we give him the full rundown. There was
Oh, and you can tell him where our belay is parked.
we tell him about the humanoid beetle-like creature
The
The bipedal beetle.
riding a chariot being pulled by
bipedal.
two belays as an ambush attacking through the walls. He seemed to know exactly where we were, and after he was defeated, he had these statues. He already brought his out. I mean, and you can see
Tracking stone.
What?
Tracking stone.
Oh, right. He was wearing an amulet that seemed to be able to track us, and he had these statues that were made out of obsidian, bearing our exact likeness from several weeks ago.
Not very long ago at all.
Is it possible you can leave the stone with me?
The divination
The
stone?
divination stone?
Sure, but
Yes.
we do lay claim to this, obviously.
No, I have no desire to keep it, but I need to have my people look at it.
Oh,
Well,
hell
if-
Well, so I will send for you when I know more.
So my first stop is going to be to the temple.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of temple this place is, whether it's more priests or whether there are in fact clerics that are here. Or what I don't know which terminology you use for the one that actually has power, but
So you do find the temple without too much problem, without much issues, and it is when you enter the temple, you're greeted by a duergar, wearing. He's dressed rather commonly, and he introduces himself as Andrik,
Andrik? Is it with a D or without a D?
without a D.
So, greetings. I'm a fellow servant to Quenthel. I was looking to visit your temple, see how yours differs from where I.
You have a
practice
visible
above.
holy symbol, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of like, he kind of shrugs when you say that and kind of nods to your holy symbol.
So, tell me of your temple. What are your practices here? When do you hold service?
He starts going through the spiel, and it's pretty much stuff that you're familiar with. You've probably, if you haven't attended, maybe you haven't attended anything recently, but there's absolutely it's stuff you're familiar with. There's nothing really new. He invites you to attend the services, offers to put you up if you want to stay here.
I greatly appreciate it.
As one of, and also offers to have you participate in the services.
I will do that.
And
So do I get the idea that he is just a worshiper, or does he actually hold power?
you don't know that he can cast spells per se, but he's definitely a priest. Like he knows all the rituals. He knows, he knows everything, all the steps to go through.
Okay, I'm trying to find out if there's any that actually are true clerics down here.
Well, essentially, you ask, and he tells you, "Yeah, I'm blessed by Quenthel. I've been touched by the lady, and several others have as well. But most of the laymen are just followers of the way."
The town from which I hail only has a base temple to the light. While there might be specific shrines, there is not a entire temple dedicated to Quenthel. So it has been quite some time since I have had a place solely to our chosen deity. So I'm essentially I'm trying to get a rapport with this guy, get a connection, and be able to see what we might be able to do for each other. See, whatever. I don't know if there's anything that he's looking for or whatnot.
Well, I'm a follower of Quenthel, so there's always things I'm looking for. But for you, the city is vast, and there's new opportunities and things you have not seen or learned of the nobles, the best stocked library. And I tell you, you're some kind of scribe or librarian yourself, not just the follower of Quenthel. Look, he's looking at your hands, which are obviously stained with inks and dyes that you've used.
Indeed.
He seems rather observant. Then I would recommend, possibly, if you have enough time, Madame Venata of the Nevernight Spire is probably the best library in all of Outcast.
All right, well, then I will definitely seek her out. Venata?
Venata, yep.
It's like I've heard that name before.
Deja vu all over again.
That was Carrie's mentor, right?
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance, okay.
She was the old drow who I always imagined, the actress that plays Lady McGonagall from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's who I always imagined her.
By drow version.
Drow.
But drow.
Yeah, drow who still could have you assassinated. But very much the dowager.
So if he has any questions or things that I might be able to answer, I'll spend some time here. Asking for a tour. So I'll spend probably my first day here, and then I'll go the second day to Madame Venata.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you want to do each one in individual parts or whether you want to keep bouncing around.
I'll keep bouncing around.
So would my emperor have much interest in a place or dealings with a place like this?
It would all depend on if there was resources available that he'd be interested, that would be valuable.
Oh, I'll do a little bit of a scouting around with that.
So from my perspective on the Dragon Emperor, the fact that there's the Forged, which are vastly different from the Vargarians, that's going to be interesting knowledge.
Well, yeah, I'm talking as more of a resource trade sort of thing, not necessarily. I mean, there's the reconnaissance of just being aware and apprised of threats.
True, but I was saying that could potentially be a resource. We don't know, you don't know exactly how.
Sure, if they're being sold as slaves.
But also that material that we had never seen before that was on the Forged.
Pearlescence, yeah.
But at this point, you don't know if that's part of them.
So I'm gonna basically see what I can learn about their sort of geological features as far as that goes. precious minerals, exports, that kind of stuff. So we'll do a little bit of ambassadoring while I'm down here, as well as the cultural and the research stuff in the 3 days.
Okay, so when you do that, one of the things you do learn is that the pearl essence is actually something that's been added to certain Warforged, and it is unique. It is unique to this place. When you go down that route, as far as they know, it doesn't exist anywhere else.
No, what is it? What are its properties?
It has been infused with chaos magic.
That's interesting.
And also we have forged that are not soldiers, as well as others that dive the depths and recover it. Many times it's also within the shells of clams and mussels and other shellfish.
Is this substance exported for trade good?
It is, but only in its refined form. One of the things you learn is that this is the only place that is able to refine it. No one, it's a guarded secret. And you also, if you start poking around to try and figure out the process of refining it, you start getting harshly rebuffed, and you feel like your life might be in danger if you keep down that track.
Well, so
That's
I'm
why
looking.
I'm staying with it.
I'm looking for something, maybe a trinket or a bauble to just have as a sample of it.
Yes, you can find that, but you will not find anything for less than 1,000 gold.
What if I can find something that at least particularly appeals to me? Maybe even if it's literally something I would like to have on a desk or something like that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find something.
All right. I'll figure out what that is, but I am willing to spend 1,000 gold on the research of it. I mean,
What
especially too, I'm chaos magic infused, so I'm very curious about a substance that is.
Well, when you hold it up to your skin, it seems very similar.
Yeah. So.
He's at Lane Bryant getting a dress.
So,
Yeah.
It's a dress that appears blue and gold sometimes.
one of the
black
things
sometimes.
is that you do learn is it is actually very pliable when it comes to absorbing and taking magic. Obviously, for 1,000 gold, you're not going to find anything that actually has been infused with magic.
But I could perhaps refine the thing that I have to do.
Yeah,
something.
it could possibly be enchanted. So, and when it comes to buying, trading, any of that stuff, you have no problems getting information. It's only if you start delving
want
into
the process.
Yeah, how can I get the process that you feel like, oh, this is a bad route to go down.
Yeah. Trade secrets. Yeah.
And also, just by many of you guys, when you're talking to people, you do realize that there aren't a whole lot of laws here, but when they are enforced, they're very harsh.
I guess I'll find a pearlescent brooch.
Okay.
Ornate. All right. So that. Is there anything else?
Roll my eyes a little bit at the need for such a gaudy thing, in Bloodfang's opinion.
Well, that's your opinion. That's just your opinion, man. But is there anything else that there's that is particularly indigenous to the area, or
Well,
other than the
main-
drug trade?
Well, there are these
There
small
is the-
children that you can get turned into statues.
There is the Medusa.
Yeah, I am going to see that. I am going to.
There is the Medusa. Also,
Come and see the
there's
Medusa
plenty
once in
of
a
seafood to
lifetime.
sample if you're
Really?
interested in that. And also, you do learn there's actually a water route here. There is a they call it the stairway, but you can actually take ships in and out of the beneath.
Now,
They have a lock system.
does this outlet close to Drowlick, close to Griffin Gaff, or is it way off?
It's way off.
Okay. Because I'm, again, trying to imagine possible trade routes for the Dragon Kingdom. Alright, cool. Well, then, that being said, I can spend my afternoon browsing statuary created by Medusa. So I'll seek out where I can find that.
The service, that was going to be that night?
Before they get into too much, I want to make sure that nobody goes out by themselves. These two will stick together all the time. But if any of these guys split up, I'm going to make sure at least one of us, I'm with somebody or something.
You're with him then, because he's the
I
one who's trying to go off on his
I'm still
own.
trying to determine whether that was a closed or open contract on us.
Okay.
Todd is saying
I am
this
contractually bound
to a coat
not
rack.
to be away
'Cause he's
more
really
than 20
fucked
feet
up.
away from
Yep.
them.
He's like, you're not going
Unless-
out by yourself, coat
Right.
rack.
Sufficiently
Right.
safe.
Take that jacket off. You're not going anywhere.
Although, although you're actually usually pretty observant.
You take the jacket off. Take that one off.
There's
now.
definitely a couple times that you're like kind of like an overhaul of things in the city that you weren't paying attention, and you've probably like chased off a couple of pickpockets, maybe cutthroats.
Please
the
check on
service,
the
the service that he asked me to partake in, that was that night.
That's why I fit
Yes.
the pickpockets.
So I wanna try something. The divine intervention is supposed to be like a stop the bad.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to attempt to use it for good? I want to see if she'll actually bestow an actual blessing on the service.
I think if you call your god for divine intervention
For a non-emergency.
Okay.
for something frivolous, you
She'll
might get
smite
smited.
Okay. I don't know what the.
You're gonna get decapitated via
A
bitch
book.
slap.
No, you get pressed
Let
like a
there
book.
be
Buy
one
a
more
book.
piece of pizza.
I didn't know if that was being
No.
interpreted as like this is an emergency type of situation.
Yeah,
I didn't-
That's
think so.
basically 911
Yeah.
to your god, straight to your
Divine
god.
1-1.
I was
911.
just hoping for
all gods body parts.
a big
All
show
gods,
and whatnot. I mean, I'm only looking at a 9% chance. So
It will be a big show when she shows up and kicks your ass. She arrives via flame strike on you.
Guys, I told Todd to check on the belay, and he said that's who he's feeding the pickpockets to.
well, the great part about the pickpockets is you take them out and you take all the gold that they've gotten off of other people.
Good point.
Pickpockets.
What are you gonna pick? Pickpockets.
Pickpockets. Yeah. Oh, this
So
one's
any
halfling
indication
flavored.
Anybody's been following us?
You have, but actually it's been more specifically because Relian's kind of been walking around a little moon-eyed, and you feel like it's more like the
Is this an
normal
easy
riff
target?
Yeah.
No one's been.
And once they see that you're kind of watching, they kind of like move on.
Okay.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along.
Once you take two Zifnerblin and bang their heads together, Stooges style, and then you go woo 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 woo. Everybody leaves you alone after.
I just imagine was it the Marcus Brody from Indiana Jones walking around the town? Excuse me, could you help me? I don't know where.
So you're actually not able to get in to see Madame Venata.
Nada. Okay.
I mean, you're given an appointment. It just is past the 3 days.
Okay. Okay then. Well, can I check out a regular library then, or?
There's no regular libraries.
Okay.
It's literally nobles that are more powerful and influential that have libraries in their homes.
And nobody else can read. The end.
Is there any?
At the temple, there is some there's a
Okay.
library.
Well, then I'll stay for the most part at the temple. I'll try to gather whatever information I can beyond Onric, and I'll tell him my quest of learning languages and the like, and gathering a network of those that are interested, in addition to opening up the secrets of not only magic but history and things that are long lost. I'm certain that some of those would be a passion to those that come here as well. Are there any? I mean, clearly there's some kind of connection between Gentleman John and Danak. Is there anything else that travels between
Gentleman Jack.
just him?
Well, no, you said John.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Gentleman Jack. Is there
don't
any
know that well,
other
call him
communication that happens between Outcast and Griffin Gaff?
Not specifically. There's nothing set up. Griffin has been pretty much small for this part of the world, but ships do come in and out from other places, in the beneath as well as from above.
So, would he be interested in helping me set up some kind of information transfer or whatever have you?
He absolutely would.
So cool.
So you may have to set something up like where you guys relay something from a middle point, like maybe Drellic or something, so it can travel via vessel. The under
He's setting up like the internet.
Pretty much.
It's not so much the internet. It's
Library.
The beneath route that you guys took is actually one of the more dangerous routes. And not only that, it's just not efficient. Even if it takes longer and farther around, by ship is better if you're transporting cargo.
Large quantities of things.
I'm also looking like if we can find some kind of way of doing some magic missive that would expedite the process as well. So
that is beyond my powers.
You're gonna need 2 fine magical cans and a really long string.
Well, I think in
mean,
old
there's a- yeah,
editions
could
there
just
were like
cuts
things
the
like
string.
sending.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do we have sending in this edition?
Guys, the more I think about it, the more I think that Danak set us up.
I'm certain that he's involved in some way, shape, or form.
Because everybody's saying like, oh, it's probably a unknown who made these things, and hey, this is the most dangerous way you could have gotten here. It would have been much less dangerous if
So,
you
like,
just took a ship.
And don't we keep thinking that Danak's up to stuff and then he isn't?
Sending
maybe
is
he's
a
just
spell.
that
It's just
good.
not. It's just not ritual.
Covers his tracks.
So I would like to
Yeah.
find some kind of ritual process that kind of goes down that road.
You could do like a Pony Express thing with this Earthglide chariot thing. Like you basically do like the way that they delivered mail in the olden days. Like it can travel really quick. You get a team of belays and they just travel between the surface and that one point.
Yeah, you just need like 5 more of them.
Yeah.
Or you could just use this belay
You could be
chariot
like
to
the Santa
destroy
Claus
your
of the
enemies.
beneath.
Yeah. Is that my new job? I'm going to be the belay courier. I'm going to ride this thing back and forth all day.
So is there anything else anyone wants to or needs to do?
Nah.
I'm just going to be in the sculpture garden. Of
Okay.
yeah.
So with that,
Oh, yeah,
you
you
guys are summoned back to Gentleman Jack's study once again. His office, his place of business. And your guys are ushered right in. He's sitting there. He's got pages and papers spread out all over his desk.
Oh, he doesn't have a crazy murder wall?
He does not have a crazy murder
Bummer.
wall.
Psycho wall.
Psycho wall, not murder wall. Psycho wall.
With strings and
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have that. But what you do notice right away is there's weird writing on the paper, and it's in a metallic ink, and there's definitely silvers and golds and coppers. And as you're coming in, he's kind of running his tentacles over top of the sheets of paper where he doesn't actually touch them, but like the arcs of electricity are kind of like zapping
that's
the metal. And he looks up at you guys as you come in with his tentacles spread out, and he's got a bunch of them. So there's like 8 of them.
So
all
he's
over
like
the place.
simultaneously reading a bunch of things at once.
Yeah, and
via that conductive reading.
He's like, I'm afraid I have some grave news for you travelers. And we'll end right there.
Oh!
Nice.
So until next time.
Stay
Stay
nerdy.
nerdy!
Stay suspenseful.